Everybody, Shiv here. Okay, so thanks to Gamescom and some releases here, we got some new content to go over. Quite a bit, as a matter of fact. Quite a bit. Alright, so let's get right into this, shall we? Alright. First up, we've got the 3-mana Master of Ceremonies. Yes, we've kind of saw what this chick was going to look like earlier in some of the preview stuff, but we didn't know what exactly she was. Other than the fact that the art is fucking fantastic on this girl. Alright, so 3 mana, 4/2. Battlecry, if you have a spell minion, have a minion with spell damage, gain +2/+2. Okay, so automatically the first thing that comes to mind is, hey, Shaman's gonna get a real fucking kick out of this. You know, it's a fucking 6/4 that all they need is to have a spell power to totem down. Yeah, sure. So you can play this with Blood Mage Thalnos, Cobalt Geomancer. It works in any decks that has spell power, and because it's 3, you know, it's not that bad if you want to build your board state. Now, of course, let's be honest here. 4 life, not that difficult to get rid of, not that easy, but hey, it's going to give you good trade value. It's also something that your opponent's going to look at and go, oh, fuck that shit, hell no. Alright, they're going to have to trade into it, because anything over 5 attack is a real serious threat to their life total. So they either have to taunt up heavily or they have to remove it somehow. So they have to expend resources into it. So I like it for that reason alone. Alright. But in other classes, yeah, this could work too. So moving on to the next one, we've got the Druid of the Saber. Yes, the Druid of the... Wait, Saber? Why isn't this Druid of the Scythe? I mean, lore-wise, there's Druid of the Scythe. What the fuck is a Druid of the Saber? What the fuck is the Druid of the Saber? I mean, if this is a... When you choose the thing, it's going to be a saber-tooth, like, tiger, panther type deal. Okay, maybe I can kind of get away with that. But this makes absolutely no fucking sense. I mean, my god. Next thing you know, it's going to be Druid of the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Druid of the goddamn, you know, Sony. Oh, god. Lore-wise, this kind of pisses me the fuck off. And I know it's made a lot of other players and commentators a little upset too, but you gotta roll with it, guys. Gotta roll with it. Alright, but ignoring the fact that the name is absolutely fucking retarded. Alright, so 2 mana for a 2/1. Choose one. Charge. So it's a Bluegill Warrior. Or gain +1/+1 and stealth. Okay, so it becomes a 3/2 with stealth. Now there actually isn't a 3/2 in the game with stealth, so that's actually quite interesting. The closest you get to it is the Panther you get off of that one spell, but that doesn't come with stealth. This does, so that inherently has some value. So this definitely gives you a lot of options. It's another 2-drop for Druids. It's kind of like Blizzard's hinting here, going, hey, we're giving you earlier game options here, so now you might have some stuff you can use against, you know, aggro, or hell, maybe you might want to make your own zoo deck. Yeah, not overly feasibly possible, but you kind of get what I'm saying. So definitely this is a great card. I can't wait to see what this enables. True fact. This is going to be fucking spectacular. Alright, moving on to the next one, we have the crowd favorite. I don't know why I just did that voice, but it seemed like a cool idea. Alright, so 4 mana for a 4/4. Whenever you play a card with Battlecry, gain +1/+1. Alright, so the obvious comparison here we can make is Questing Adventure, right? Now, Questing Adventure, you can't play it on curve at all, because it dies. True fact. There's a reason why Questing Adventure doesn't see play. The only time you can play is more into the mid-game, and then you gotta play that in a bunch of low-drop shit that you had to hold on to, but by that point, you've already probably lost the game anyway. So, unless you could stealth a Questing Adventure. That was like one of the only ways you could get around that. So here, you've got a bigger body Questing Adventure, but Questing Adventure is any card you play. This is things with Battlecry. So the most obvious inclusion in a deck that comes to mind is Zoo. No other class I can think of has more Battlecries than Zoo. Abusive Sergeants, all that shit. Come on now. Makes perfect sense. Anything that's a Battlecry. Bam. This is a win more card. Alright, those decks are already strong. Putting this in there, this is like a win more card. Now, obviously, you could silence it. Great, cool. So you took off the extra slice, but it's still a 4 body. Alright? Now, I want you to think about this. This 4 mana. So I could play this turn 3 with coin, right? And then turn 4, I drop down Defender of Argus. G fucking G. I just made a 6/6 taunt. Eat a bag of dicks. Alright? That's fucking amazing. So, I like this card. This card actually has some real good potential. And I can see it being used outside of Zoo decks in different archetypes and stuff of that nature. In Arena, I'm taking this every goddamn time. I mean, you look at most of the epics out there, most of them are kind of shit. This one's fucking golden. I love this. This is fucking value. Alright. Bash! Because, you know, every warrior spell is generally one word. Slam! Bash! Brawl! Yeah. Pretty much all warrior spell designs are based around what orcs say. Okay, so 3 mana. Deal 3 damage, gain 3 armor. This makes so much fucking sense. I'm surprised we haven't gotten this already. This literally is the warrior frostbolt. And it fits thematically. Okay, yeah, the 3 mana, fuck it, I don't really give a fuck. I'd still play it. Alright? I would find a way of slipping this into current control warrior, because this gives me options of dealing with aggro. One of the ways aggro was able to deal with control warriors, they never let them get a chance to gain all that armor, to get to that recovery point. They would just keep, never let you get there. Well, now you have a tool to kind of help you in that. And it's giving you armor, which is pretty much one of your primary resources, okay? So now, my turn 4, or even turn 3 with coin, I could play this, boom, take out Mr., let's say, Knife Juggler. Oh, by the way, I still got 1 mana left. Fuck you with this damn Shield Slam. Take out something else. I've reduced, or I've mitigated the fuck out of that board. So now I'm buying myself a turn or 2-ish. Alright? I like this card. This is a great fucking card. I love it. Mostly because I like playing Control Warrior. Alright, next up, the Brave Archer. You know, I know the people at Blizzard, they love watching animated movies and things of that nature. Really, guys? Really? Really? Alright. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful fucking art. I think it looks amazing as shit. But let's take a look at it. 1 mana for a 2/1, so we're talking about a Leopard Gnome. Okay, but is its ability anywhere near Leopard Gnome? No. Inspire. If your hand is empty, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. So this is definitely a 1-drop you never play on turn 1. This is kind of an interesting thing if you really think about this, okay? There's some scenarios where you could use this and actually turn Hunter into a burst finisher with spells, sort of, or non-physical board state attack, okay? Similar to what mages do, just they use spells. Alright, so check this out. If you basically hold on to your endgame, playing as best you can, you know, whittling them down, so on and so on, you hold on to 2 of these, plus the, I believe it's the Coliseum Manager, the one that allows you to take 2 hero powers, right? And if you could get a Lady of the Lake in, congratulations, you're just 2 of these, plus your hero power is 6 damage. Now throw in the Coliseum Manager, okay? That's 12. You're now getting into Druid fucking combo level here. But you have to make sure both of these on the board and you have nothing in your hand. And that's might be a little bit difficult. Wait a minute, no, this is fucking Hunter. When do Hunters ever have that many cards in their hand? They can actually afford to lay out everything and then go hero power. Makes sense. It actually does. Do I think this will show up in Face Hunter? Probably not. Do I think this would show up in a mid-range Hunter? Yeah, possibly. Do I think this would show up in some newfangled combo Hunter? Yeah, you know, now Lock and Load's looking a lot better for some odd reason. So yeah, I can see this. I can honestly see this happening. But, come on, Blizzard, stop with the goddamn Disney Pixar references. Alright, moving on. Gamork the Impaler! 4 mana for a 4/4 battlecry. If you have at least 4 other minions, deal 4 damage. Okay, back to the whole fucking Zoo scenario again here. Zoo can populate the board pretty fucking quick. There's no denying that shit. Hell, you could even use this in a Murloc deck. True fact. Haunted Creepers really help enable this very nicely. Shaman can get value out of this. Fucking Paladins can definitely get some fucking value out of this guy. Alright? It's a 4/4 body and 4 damage. That's like 8 total damage potential with this guy. It's pretty fucking legit for a legendary, man. And, you know, I'm just gonna say this. There's not that many low-cost legendaries that are worth a damn. This one actually seems pretty worth it. So, I like it. Alright, moving on to the next one. We've got the Injured Cavalier. Cavalier, whatever. 1 mana for a 2/4. Oh shit, that's some pretty good fucking value. Let's read the battle cry. Battle cry, deal 3 damage to this minion. So it's a fucking 2/1. It's a 2/1 with the potential of being more just by healing it. So Shaman heals are good. Obviously Priest is the automatic go-to on this, you know. And because it's an earlier drop, which, let's be honest, Priests don't really have too many good early drops for a reason. But hey, now you can actually use, you know, your Northshire Cleric in the early game, and you get some card draw. Yeah, okay, you get the idea here. Is this anywhere? I mean, it's similar to the Injured Blade Master, but do I replace Injured Blade Master? Fuck no. Injured Blade Master is just too damn good. All right, moving on to the next one. We've got Burgle. I love how this looks like the Hamburglar, but a human. You know. Seriously, it looks like the Hamburglar from McDonald's. If you don't know who the Hamburglar is, you're too fucking young anyway. Alright, 3 mana! Add 2 random class cards to your hand from your opponent's class. Right, because Nefarian, right? Oh my god, there's been so many great esports, you know, RNG moments because of Nefarian. Like, I play Nefarian. Oh, you with Jiraxxus. I got a sack pack. Fuck off. So now we're adding another card that basically does the same thing as Nefarian, but you don't get the body. Now this actually makes a little bit more sense of why Ben Brode's talking about they're considering taking away the killing Jiraxxus effect of Sack Pack. Yeah, now that, you know, there's one class that has a chance to do it a little bit more consistently, yeah, I'd consider it too. So, it's a great card. I mean, for 3 mana, it's fucking amazing. Alright, moving on to the next one. Bolster! 2 mana! Give your taunt minions +2/+2. And this is a warrior card. This is the second warrior card that is basically trying to incentivize you to play more taunts. Right? Now, I know what's going to be said here. It's like, oh, this is bad, blah, 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 blah. Okay, alright, yeah. Not gonna disagree with you. But I like to run down a scenario here. Alright, turn 1, I coin out the Fiery War Axe, right? Alright, boom. That's gonna lock down the board. Or better yet, let's not use the whole fucking coin scenario here. Alright, Fiery War Axe 2, right? Turn 3 comes around. I play down Dread Corsair, Bolster. Congratulations, I have a 5 on turn 3. That's taunt. Turn 3, 5/5. That's... Alright. Now let's say you want to go the mech route, okay? Mech Warrior. You know, I've actually been seeing some of this pop up here and there on the ladder. It's possible. So you want to go the mech route. Okay, so you got 2 mechs that automatically come to mind here. One of which you can't use a spell on. The other one you can. So now, let's apply this to Mr. Anoyatron. So he now becomes a 3/5 with Divine Shield. Right. That's pretty fucking disgusting, guys. I think this is actually a really interesting card. I was kind of hoping to see some warrior-specific taunts themselves, but we'll see. Still not done yet. Alright, moving on to the next one. Ancestral Knowledge. This is a shaman card. 2 mana, draw 2 cards. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is what shaman have been needing. Overload 2. What the fuck is wrong with you? Overload 2 is too much. Overload 1 makes perfect fucking sense. Overload 2 is a little bit too punishing here. Alright? This is pretty much this. If you want to use this fucking, you got to take the thing that removes all that shit. Fuck shit. It's, yeah. So, I mean, it's not horribly bad. But it's not horribly good either. But it's definitely something shaman have needed. Alright, moving on to the next one. Mukla's Champion. Damn right. I fucking called this one. I was like, you know, I guarantee there's going to be some fucking monkey on some sort of animal in here. And god damn if I wasn't right. The fact that it's called Mukla's Champion, which is actually kind of funny. It's great. Okay, so 5 mana for a 4/3 and it's a beast. What the fuck is this bullshit? Okay, wait. Inspire. Give your other minions +1/+1. Alright, so you kind of have to put this down on an established board. And then you're talking about turn 7 play because you want to put this down and then hit that so you can bam. Okay, sure. But at that mana cost, couldn't I just play 2 raid leaders? I mean, yeah, I'm only getting the +1 attack per, but you know. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. The fact that it's a beast means it can play well in Hunter. It can play well in Druid as well. Let's not forget about Druids having some beast synergy. Not much, but some. We might see more of that later on. Who knows? It's not bad. It's not great, but it's interesting. Alright, the Skeleton Knight. I saw this. I went, fucking Skeletor has come to Hearthstone. And, you know, yeah, I already knew there was a reference to Skeletor in World of Warcraft, you know, and He-Man and all that shit, because, you know, we're all fucking 80s geeks anyway. Alright, 6 mana for a 7/4. Okay, Death Rattle. Reveal a minion in your deck. Okay, here's where we start getting to this jousting thing, except for this is Death Rattle. If yours costs more, return this to your hand. So, you have a 50-50 chance of putting this back into your deck. Oh, actually putting it back to your hand and being able to play it again the next turn. That's kind of interesting, guys. That's really fucking interesting. But, I mean, there's also a chance you're not going to and it's just going to die. But hey, either way, they wasted a resource on it. So, arguably not bad. So, putting this down to pull a big game Hunter before you play a Dr. Boom? Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it all day long. Okay. Tuskar Jouster. 5 mana for a 5/5. Pretty fucking legit stat body right there. Battlecry. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, restore 7 health to your fucking hero. Holy shit! Fucking Paladins got their own version of an antique heal bot with a fucking serious body, but it's situational when you get to heal. So how relevant is that? Well, depending on what you're playing up against, depending on your build and all that, this may actually backfire. Like, against an aggro deck, this is fucking godsend. This is godsend, because as a paladin, if you're playing a mid paladin, 9 times out of 10, almost anything you're going to pull is going to be higher than what's coming off the Hunter or the Zoo, with a few exceptions. Okay, let's not fucking joke around here. There are exceptions to this rule. So, this has a chance of actually being really, really good. But again, because of the way the Joust mechanic works, it also has a chance for it to be really, really bad. I'm not really 100% sold on the whole Joust mechanic. I think it's just kind of like a coin flip RNG thing that's going to tell a story that I think a lot of the pro players are going to avoid like the fucking plague. But we'll see. We will see. Alright, the Argent Lance. 2 mana for a 2/2. Battlecry. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, gain +1 durability. So this is like a shittier fiery war axe, but you get 1 more durability. It's like Perdition's Blade without the fucking coolness and situation. It's okay. I don't like it though. I really don't. Armored Warhorse, 4 mana for a 5/3. That is a beast, alright? Fucking let's be legit here. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, gain charge. Now, like I said, this is a beast. So, would you play this as a hunter? Fuck yeah! Aggro hunter, almost guaranteed. Anything that they're gonna pull, that they'll pull, is going to be, you know, probably either 4 or higher. Okay? So, good possibility this will gain charge. Another charge minion for you to have. So, you go turn 3, bam. You get fucking Huffer. You go turn 4, bam, play this. Oh, look, another fucking super Huffer. That's disgusting. Now, because this is a beast, let's not forget about the synergy with Druid, blah, 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 Druid the Fang. Alright, moving on. I have to do that, I'm sorry. Alright. Master Jouster. 6 mana for a 5/6. Battle Cry. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, gain Taunt and Divide Shield. Okay, so for 6 mana, you have a chance of making a Super Sunwalker. GG. But here's the question. Wouldn't you just rather play the more secure and get the Sunwalker? To me, Sunwalker seems like a better deal. I mean, this is situationally better. You know, and that's the thing with these Joust cards. They have a chance to be good. I highly recommend, if you're going to play any cards with Joust, you get yourself a nice little shiny quarter or whatever your, you know, denominational coinage is, right? And before you're going to do this, flip a coin. If it lands heads, go ahead and do it. Lands tails, reconsider that play. Because that's about the base math of that. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but shit, let's be honest. It's pretty much either yay or nay. Alright, next up we've got another legendary. This one is the Paladin. Yay, Paladin beat out Rogue. Alright. Edric the Pure. 7 mana. For 3/7. What the fuck? Alright, hold on. Maybe it's got a really cool effect. Battle Cry. Change all enemy minions' attack to 1. Okay. Edric the Pure is basically the world's biggest outdoor peacekeeper. Oh, you've got a big ass board. Fuck you, you got a bunch of 1/1s. GG. So that's actually really cool, you know. I like it. It's basically a mitigation thing. It buys them time. But it comes so late. Here's the problem I have with it. It's such a late play. It's like you're hoping that you could stave off long enough to follow it up with, what? A lay on hands? Gain back and trade and... It's good, but I don't know how viable it's going to be. I like it. I think it's really got a lot of flavor, a lot of personality. But we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. I was kind of hoping that it would be a legendary that wasn't kind of shit, because really, if you think about it, who uses Bolvar? And this one, I'm kind of feeling a little bit the same way. This is going down the Bolvar route, you know. But I've been known to be wrong. All right. Gadget Sand, Jouster, 1 mana for a 1/2 Battle Cry. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, gain a +1/+1. The fact that you can play this turn 1, and you're going to get 2 things out of this. 1, a 2/3, 50% of the time. Or you'll get a 2/3, 50% of the time, and you'll get a little bit of knowledge of what is in your opponent's deck. Now, there's one thing I'm going to tell you right now, even ladder or fucking tournament, being able to identify which type of deck your opponent is playing can really be huge. The sooner you figure this out, the better you are. Okay? Because that'll let you know when to hold these things till, when you should be, what you're trying to pull for, what you're trying to set up for, what to expect. Alright? Knowledge is power no matter what fucking game you're playing. So that is the one thing I'm going to say about this whole Joust mechanic. Alright? It's giving you insight into what is in your opponent's deck. Now, I'm also going to say this. If you think that playing a bunch of Joust fucking things is really going to help you, let's not forget there's still a possibility you're going to pull the same card over and over again. Alright, so... Or you'll pull something that's really not going to tell you anything. Like you're against Rogue, you play this down, you see SI7 agent. You show me one fucking Rogue deck that does not use an SI7 agent. Or you pull a Backstab. You show me one list that doesn't play Backstab. So, I mean... But these are all minions, so the backstab one doesn't apply, but SI7 agent does. So, I mean, Joust is a really interesting concept. I can't wait to see how this is going to develop in the meta, or if this is just going to be something that people fucking ignore outright. But right now, I find it really interesting. I think it's a very interesting, diverse thing. I know it's going to have some cool stuff. I just hope that the whole Joust mechanic doesn't super elongate the fucking... Well, I mean, doesn't, like, fuck up the timing and all that. And all honesty, I think some of these animations that happen and all that should kind of, like, pause that timing thing rather than let it run through, because that's always been a problem in this game. But, anywho, so that's all of them. That is a huge amount of cards. We're going to hopefully be getting some more soon, including that new Rogue Legendary. But, till then, I want everybody to stay safe. If you haven't gotten your pre-purchase, go ahead, man. You know, borrow some money, steal dad's credit card, whatever you gotta do, get this. It's gonna be the new shit, man. I'm already seeing a lot of power, already seeing a lot of possibilities in this, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. I really can't. Anyway, this is Shiv saying, if you like these videos, please like, subscribe, leave comments down below. Tell me what you thought about these cards. Where do you see things going? What kind of combinations are you looking at? And of course, you know, spread this shit around, put it up wherever the fuck you want. Till next time, this is Shiv saying, may our Jesus bless you, and keep watching those streams.